Okay, now just let us see what we have completed so far. Morning, Soumya. Morning. All of it is carbon dioxide. Okay, everyone, listen me carefully. I'm doing the revisioning again. Maloksa revision chestuna. So, City cycle or the Kelvin cycle is done in three steps. The first step is called as a carboxylation reaction. Second step is called as reduction reactions, and the third step is called as regeneration reaction. Three steps are there. First, carboxylation. Second, reduction reactions. Third one is a regeneration reaction. Third one is the regeneration reaction. We start with the fresh page. First step, that is a carboxylation. Carboxylation. In this carboxylation step, what is going to happen means, six RUBP molecules plus six carbon dioxide molecules. I'm not taking the water molecules here. Six RUBP molecules plus six carbon dioxide molecules are mixes together to produce 12 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid molecules. Shortcut it is written as PGA. In shortcut it is written as PGA. 12 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid. 6 molecules of RUBP plus 6 molecules of carbon dioxide will mixes together and produces 12 molecules. 12 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid. So what did I say in the yesterday's class is that the counting of the carbon atoms is really important. RUBP is a 5 carbon compound. RUBP is a 5 carbon compound. Carbon dioxide is 1 carbon compound. PGA is 3 carbon compound. It's a 3 carbon compound that you have to keep it in mind. And what is the enzyme which is mediating this reaction? That is called as a Rubisco enzyme. Ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate carboxylase. The CO. The CO is important here. C stands for carboxylase. C stands for carboxylase. C stands for carboxylase, and O stands for oxygenase. O stands for oxygenase. O stands for oxygenase. O stands for oxygenase. This is your first reaction. This is your first step in the carboxylation. I will be repeating again. Just listen to carefully. 6 RUBP molecules, the 6 carbon dioxide molecules will react together and to produce 12 molecules. 12 molecules of phosphoglyceric acid. In bracket I'm writing here phosphoglyceric glyceric acid. Phosphoglyceric acid. So this is your first step. This is your first step that is called as carboxylation. When you go and see your second step, which we completed in the yesterday's class itself only, it is called as a reduction reaction. It's called as a reduction reaction. It is called as a reduction reaction, which we completed in the yesterday's class only. So 12 PGA molecules, first step, 12 PGA molecules plus 12 ATP molecules will react together and produces 12 molecules of 12 molecules of bis phosphoglyceric acid. Phosphoglyceric acid. Bisphosphoglyceric acid. 12 molecules of bisphosphoglyceric acid. 12 molecules of PGA. 12 molecules of PGA will react with the 12 molecules of ATP. Will react with the 12 molecules of ATP and produces 12 molecules of bisphosphoglyceric acid. Now, let me show the structure of PGA. This is the structure of PGA. 3 carbons will be there. 3 carbons will be there, and phosphate is attached at the third carbon. Phosphate group is attached at the third carbon. Go and see the structure of this phosphoglyceric acid. It will also have 3 carbons. Phosphate is attached at the third carbon, and phosphate is also attached at the third carbon. Third carbon. So what is the difference between this PGA molecule and this PGA molecule is that both of them are similar. Just see, just ఇందులో ఈ BI ఏదైతే ఉందో అది తీసేయండి అమ్మ. Just take it out the BI. Take it out the BI. This is also PGA. This is also PGA. Left hand side is also PGA. This left hand side is also PGA. This is also PGA. What we are doing is actually ATP లోకెళ్ళి ఒక phosphate atom తీసి first carbon కి join చేస్తున్నాం. And whenever you do like that, what we are going to get means we are going to get bi-phosphoglyceric acid or bis-phosphoglyceric acid or bi-phosphoglyceric acid. So there is a bi or the bis-phosphoglyceric acid. Phosphate atom is attached to the tar carbon. Very simple. That is your first step in reduction reaction. And coming to your second step, 12 molecules, 12 molecules of bi-phosphoglyceric acid, phosphoglyceric acid, 12 molecules of bi-phosphoglyceric acid. In this case, who is coming to the action means that is a NADH2. 12 molecules of NADH2 molecules are coming into action, and they will convert the biphosphoglyceric acid to the 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Shortcut it is called as G3P. Shortcut it is called as a G3P. In shortcut it is called as a G3P. Just let us see. Same things, 3 carbons, phosphate is actually at the tar carbon and first carbon. But when you go and see this area, 3 carbon phosphate is attached at the only at the tar carbon. It's attached only at the tar carbon. It's attached only at the tar carbon. So very simple. Let me revise everything again. These two reactions which we have completed in the HLS class itself only. HLS class will be completed. The first step is called as a carboxylation. The first step is called as a carboxylation. Carboxylation is a normal term which means a fixation of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide को fix करने का है. Carbon dioxide ని fix చేసేది ఉంటే దాన్ని ఏమని పిలుస్తారు అంటే ఆ రియాక్షన్ ఏమని పిలుస్తారు అంటే కార్బాక్సిలేషన్ అని పిలుస్తారు. The opposite for the carboxylation is the decarboxylation. The opposite for the carboxylation is the decarboxylation. If you want to remove the carbon dioxide, then that reaction is called as a decarboxylation. If you want to utilize a carbon dioxide, then it is called as a carboxylation. So initially 6 RUBP molecules, 6 carbon dioxide molecules will mix up together to produce the 12 molecules of PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. 12 molecules of PGA, that is a phosphoglyceric PGA. And what was the enzyme which is mediating this reaction is called as, that is a Rubisco enzyme. It has a property, it has a dual nature property. It can fix the carbon dioxide or it can also fix the oxygen. That's why it is having 2 layers. So that is the carboxylase and the oxygenase. And second one is called as a reduction reaction. So in this you can clearly see 12 PGA. Where the hell we got this 12 PGA means we got this 12 PGA from this one. This 12 PGA is entering into the reduction reaction. So this 12 PGA interacts with the 12 ATP molecules and produces 12 molecules of biphosphoglyceric acid. 12 molecules of biphosphoglyceric acid. Just see the structure. 3 carbons, 1 phosphate. Only 1 phosphate is there. So ATP is donating it 1 phosphate to this particular molecule, and now you can clearly see first carbon is also having water. First carbon is also having phosphate group. First carbon is also having phosphate atom. So simple reactions. So here the point you have to be noted here is that for every 1 PGA molecule we are using 1 ATP molecule. That you have to keep it in mind. For every 1 PGA molecule, phosphoglyceric acid molecule, we are using a 1 ATP molecule. So in a sense, if in order to produce 1 glucose molecule, how many ATP molecules are required? If a question asks you, you have to say 12 more. 12 is the answer. If a person comes and asks you how many ATP molecules are required for the production of 1 glucose molecule means, you have to say that is the answer is a 12. And the other question is that from where the hell these ATP molecules came from? ఈ ATP molecules ఎక్కడ నుంచి వచ్చినాయి? ఈ NADPH2 molecules, NADH2 or NADPH2 molecules, from where the hell they came from? The person comes and asks you from where the hell these two came from, where the hell ma they actually came from. Very good, very good, Priyanka, very, very good, ma. They actually came from the light reaction. They actually came from the light reaction. Remember light reaction in the products, sir? These two actually came from the light reaction. So these two actually came from the lighter reactions. So these two are the light reaction products, so ATPs and NADPs. So are the, see, let me clarify you. See, the chloroplast, what are the chloroplast is there? Chloroplast, and other side you are having the mitochondria. Other side you are having the mitochondria. Other side you are having the mitochondria. Mitochondria also has the ability to produce ATP. Chloroplast also has the ability to produce ATP. Then we are calling only mitochondria as a powerhouse of the cell, but we are not calling chloroplast as a powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria has the ability to produce ATP, chloroplast has the ability to produce ATP, and in the light reactions, you have clearly seen how chloroplast is producing ATP. Then why we are not calling chloroplast as powerhouse of the cell? Very simple answer. Whatever the ATP is produced inside the chloroplast is utilized by itself only. That you have to keep it in mind. जो भी ATPs, ఏవైతే ATPs chloroplast produce చేస్తుందో, they are getting utilized by the chloroplast itself only. But in the case of mitochondria, this ATP will roam, will rotate each and every part of the body. They will rotate each and every part of the body or every cell of the body, and there it will be utilized. Means mitochondria is for the others. Mitochondria is producing ATP for the others, whereas chloroplast is providing the ATP for its own sake, for its own self only. And that is also sort of very good thing also. So reduction reactions, 12 PGA molecules, 12 ATP molecules. ATP, where we got the ATP means we got the ATP from the light reactions and leading to the production of biphosphoglyceric acid, the 12 molecules of biphosphoglyceric acid. Second reaction, reduction reactions में reduction reaction C, 12 molecules of biphosphoglyceric acid are mixing up with the 12 NADH2 molecules. Again, see the point here. For every one phosphoglyceric acid, biphosphoglyceric acid, one NADH2 molecule is getting utilized. Same thing as the 12 ATP molecules. 12 NADH2 molecules will react to the biphosphoglyceric acid, will react to the biphosphoglyceric acid and lead to the production of a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Shortcut, it is called as G3P. How many molecules has been produced? 3 molecules. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is how many carbon compound? It is also same. It is also 3 carbon compound. Biphosphoglyceric acid is also 3 carbon compound. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is also 3 carbon compound. So how many molecules? This is important now. How many molecules has been produced? 12 molecules. 12 molecules has been produced. So everyone listen me carefully. Here is an interesting point. Here is your interesting point. Here is your interesting point. Everyone listen me carefully. What is that interesting point here is that at the end of the reduction reactions, how many G3P molecules you are having? You are having 12 G3P molecules. 12 G3P molecules. In that, you have to remove 2 G3P molecules. In that, you have to remove 2 G3P molecules. Remaining how many G3P molecules will be there? Remaining 10 G3P molecules will be there. Remaining 10 G3P molecules will be there. So you may ask me, sir, what was happening? What is going to happen with these 2 G3P molecules? So you have removed these 2 G3P molecules now, sir. Then where the hell they are going? Very simple answer. These 2 G3P molecules will move to the areas. Will move either to the cytoplasm. Will move either to the cytoplasm from exiting the chloroplast, or they might present inside the chloroplast only, or they might be present inside the chloroplast, or they can move any other part, or they can move any other part where they will be getting utilized for the production of a molecule called as C6H12O6. Very, very simple. Out of 12 G3P molecules, 2 G3P molecules will exit chloroplast or will try to stay inside the chloroplast. If they have been exited, they will move to the cytoplasm. Well, they will move to the cytoplasm where they will be utilized in the production of a molecule called as glucose molecule. So you may be getting confused, sir. Kelvin cycle बोलो तो glucose production etc etc आप बोले ना फिर what is this all these things बोल. You may ask me like that also. So this reaction, whatever this reaction is there, these 2 G3P molecules getting converted into the C6H12O6. This is a separate mechanism, or this is entirely separate mechanism. This one you have to study in your higher classes. It is not given in your textbook also. Whatever this single alone step is there, single alone step ఏదైతే ఉందో, it's a totally new mechanism. It's a totally new mechanism, and that mechanism you will be studying in your higher classes. As of now, it is not given in your textbook. I'm not going to explain. Simple, understand. 12 G3P molecules are there. Among them, 2 G3P molecules has been removed, and they will go to the cytoplasm where they will be utilized for the production of C6H12O6, where they will be utilized for the production of C6H12O6. So you may get the doubt, so what is this, etc., etc. Just tell me, uh, two G3P molecules now, two G3P molecules now, two G3P molecules now. Each G3P molecule is having how many carbon atoms now? Each G3P molecule is having 3 carbons. Each G3P molecule is having 3 carbons. So two compounds, we are having 2 compounds. So 2 into 3, how many carbons you are going to get? You are going to get 6 carbons now. You are going to get 6 carbons. G3P is a 3 carbon compound. Is a 3 carbon compound. And how many such compounds you are having means you are having such 2 compounds are there. So 2, 3, if you try to calculate, you will get the 6 carbons. Now totally 6 carbons are there. And now go and see your glucose also. Glucose is having how many carbons inside them? Glucose is having how many carbons inside them? It is also having 6 carbons. It is also having 6 carbons. It is also having 6 carbons. So the valuation is correct or not? 12 G3P molecules ఉండే 2 లేపేసిండ్రు 2 లేపేసి cytoplasm కి తీసుకెళ్ళిండ్రు cytoplasm కి తీసుకెళ్ళి it will be utilized for the production of a molecule called as glucose molecule. If you see the calculation carbon thing also, each G3P molecule will contain 3 carbon atoms. So we have skipped how many G3P compounds? 2 compounds has been skipped. So those two compounds means 3 to the 6 carbons will be there. 6 carbons will be there. These 6 carbons will be utilized in the production of the respective glucose molecule. Here comes a major important point. My everyone listen me carefully. Seriously, this is the important point. These 6 carbons are whatever these 6 carbons are there. Whatever these 6 carbons are there, whatever these 6 carbons are there now, these 6 carbons actually came from the respective carbon dioxide only. That you have to keep in mind now. जो भी 6 carbons, जो भी G3P के 6 carbons है ना, वो कहाँ से आया बोले तो that actually came from the carbon dioxide only. Just go and see. I'm pointing out with the laser. Pointing out with the laser. How many carbon dioxides are there actually? How many carbon dioxides are there? 6 carbon dioxide molecules are there. No? 6 carbon dioxides में how many carbons are there? Actually 6 carbons are there. 6 carbons are there. Those 6 carbons only is getting utilized for the production of the glucose molecule. We are not bringing any extra molecules. बाहर से कौन से भी molecules को लेके नहीं आ रहे. బయట నుంచి వేరే వేరే molecules ఏం తీసుకొస్తామమ్మా. ఆ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ లో ఉన్న ఆ 6 carbons ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో those carbons on for the production of the respective glucose molecules. Now here comes a point. Here comes an interesting point. Everyone listen me carefully. So 12 में से 2 निकाल दिए. 12 के लिए 2 తీసేసిండ్రు. So remaining is how many? Remaining is how many? Everyone tell me. Remaining is the 10 G3P molecules. 10 G3P molecules. G3P is a 3 carbon compound. G3P is a 3 carbon compound. 10 into 3. How much? 10 3 how? If you do the calculation, 10 3 30. How many carbons you are having? 10 3 30 carbon atoms. 10 3 30 carbon atoms. 10 3 30 carbon atoms. Now just go and see your RUBP molecule. Go and see your RUBP molecules. RUBP is a how many compound? How many carbon compound? Is a 5 carbon compound. How many such molecules you are taking? 6 molecules you are taking. 6 5 how? 30 carbons. Totally how many carbons you are utilizing in the RUBP? 30 carbons you are utilizing. So how many carbons you are left over with? 36 లోకి వెళ్ళి 6 carbons ఏమో గ్లూకోజ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ కి యూటిలైజ్ చేసిండ్రు. సో రిమైనింగ్ ఎన్ని కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 30 carbons ఉన్నాయి. సో those 30 carbons will enter into your respective next step called as regeneration. Regeneration of RUBP. Regeneration regeneration of RUBP. Regeneration of RUBP. Very, very simple. What was happening there means this which one means let me use a marker. This respect to 10 G3P molecules. That respect to 10 G3P molecules, I'm pointing out with the laser. Just see this respect to 10 G3P molecules, which is holding how many carbons means it is holding 30 carbons. This respect to 10 G3P molecules or respect to 30 carbon compounds will enter into your next step called as regeneration of RUBP. Because on the starting class, I have said you RUBP is a very important molecule. It is the only molecule which can accept the carbon dioxide. It is a primary acceptor molecule. RUBP is a very scared compound. बहुत सारे कम्स मिलेगा. So carbon dioxide fix చేయాలంటే RUBP molecule కావాలి. So వేరే molecule ఏవి కూడా utilize కావు. సో RUBP molecule ని మనం మళ్ళీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తూనే ఉండాలి. మళ్ళీ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తూనే ఉండాలి. సో ఇక్కడ 30 కార్బన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆ 30 కార్బన్స్ ఏమైతే ఉన్నాయో, what are those 30 carbons are there? What are those things are there? What are those 10 G3P molecules are there? Those 10 G3P molecules in regeneration of RUBP will be converted into 5 molecules of RUBP in this particular step. In the regeneration of RUBP step low, regeneration of RUBP step low, 10 G3P molecules ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో 10 G3P molecules ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో will be getting converted into the 5 RUBP molecules. Will be getting converted into the 5 RUBP molecules. This is a 30 carbon compound. This is the 30 carbon compound, and this is also 30 carbon compound. This is also a 30 carbon compound. And these 5 RUBP molecules will again start the first step for carboxylation, and it will go to the second step, and again it will come to the third step. It will get recycled or regenerated again. It has to be regenerated again and again. It has to be regenerated again and again so that it can be utilized every time. It can be utilized in every time. So I have, what is the time now? It's a little bit late today. Okay, ma'am. Let me tell you that among the 3 steps, carboxylation is very easy to understand. Reduction reaction is also very easy to understand. But the regeneration is really hard topic. It is really hard topic. It takes me entire like 45 minutes to explain this one. It takes me entirely 45 minutes to explain. Very hard to understand also. Both hard to understand. And again, let me tell you, the chances of asking questions from these 2 steps is like a 30%. But the chances of asking questions from this respect to regeneration is like 70%. It's like 70% of chances is there asking questions from the regeneration of RUBP only, because it is a very lengthy procedure. Regeneration of RUBP is a very lengthy procedure. It's really time consuming one to explain you also compared to the carboxylation and the reduction reactions. So for me, let me ask you one thing, certain things, sir. Are you people clear with the carboxylation and reduction reactions? Are you still having any problems? If you're having any doubts, you can ask me now. 2 minutes, I'm giving you 2 minutes time. If you're having any doubts, you can ask me now. 2 minutes time is now. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. If you're having any problem, you can ask me. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. If you're having any problems, you can ask me now. If you're having any problem, you can ask me. Not problem, doubts. A problem. If you're having any doubts, you can ask me. If you're having any doubts. Because this topic is important for your NEET and MCET point of IP point also 8 marks question. 8 marks important question. మీరు ఓన్గా టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఓపెన్ చేసి చదువుతా అంటే మాత్రం అసలు ఇంపాసిబుల్ అమ్మ, రాదంటే మినిమం మేము పుష్ అనేయాలమ్మ, పుష్ అయింది మొత్తం రాదు. These two, if you are having no doubts, just raise your hands. If you're not having any doubts, just raise your hands. you're not having any doubts. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Feel free to ask me doubts now. Carboxylation and reduction reactions are so this one is completed. Carboxyl and reduction reaction is completed now. So what we'll do means this regeneration reaction is a totally 45 minutes topic. It's a 45. As of now, it is not again. It's totally impossible to explain in this short span of time. So we will try to explain the regeneration of RUBP tomorrow. Regeneration of RUBP, I will try to explain it tomorrow. Regeneration of RUBP, I will try to explain tomorrow. The 30 carbon compounds, 30 carbon है इसमें you have to convert the 10G3B molecules to the 5 RUB. It's a 10-step mechanism. It's a पूरा 10-step mechanism. It's a totally 10-step mechanism. It's a totally 10-step mechanism to convert the 10 G3B molecules to the RUBP molecules. To convert करने के लिए पूरा 10-step mechanism है. So let me give you some sort of homework also. Try to write down the regeneration of RUBP 2 times more. Regeneration of RUBP जो भी है ना, just Google. If you're not having the textbook, either go find out the NCERT textbook or else IP textbook आता IP textbook या just Google में regeneration of RUBP बोल के Google करो. Not the first step, not this first step, not the carboxylation, not the reduction reaction. Those are